There is a complaint in the EB1 world, I know, against scientists and researchers and academics that USCIS bada favor karte hain in log ko. Approach the work of EB1 the way somebody is more likely to be approved approaches. And it's not just a professor thing. This is also a business strategy. This belief among people who are prepping for their EB1 that variety is the way of life. Because I've had consults where people will bring in their profile, and when I open their profile, they will have 10 conferences they have been to, different ones. They have written articles in 5 different outlets, and then they have judged 8 different hackathons, one in North Carolina, the other in California, the other in Chicago. And their belief is that the more variety they show, the more breadth they show, the better it is. There is a complaint in the EB1 world, I know, against scientists and researchers and academics that USCIS bada favor karte hain in log ko. It is a fact. It is true. There is no two ways around it. So do what my mom asked me to do when I was in class 5. There was this teacher's pet in the class. And instead of trying to compete with her, my mom said, become good friends with her. Do what she does. If the teacher likes her, then they will like you too. So when you know that USCIS likes professors and likes scientists, why don't you follow the strategy that they follow? I'll tell you the strategy that they follow because I've observed professors. I have been a professor. Professors in any field that you go to, they do not present in 9,000 different places. Every field has tops 3 to 4 good conferences. And these professors will target the same conferences across years. You can check this as well because professors will disclose their resume on their academic pages as well. If you don't believe me, go to your professor's page, the one you had as an advisor back in your grad school days, open up their resume. They will have a 50-page resume first of all, and under conferences you will see that they have gone to the same conference over and over and over again across the years. For me, those 3 conferences, which was my bread and butter, were International Communication Association, National Communication Association, and International Communication of IAMCR, International Association of Media and Communication Research. Those are the 3 conferences that I always targeted. I went to ICA 2 times and I went to IAMCR 2 times as well. But this is what I'm talking about, that when you are looking at conferences, do not think that you have to go and give a talk in like 9 million different conferences or make a list of 20,000 conferences. Deepen your relationship with one conference. Show to the USCIS officer that A, this conference is good, and B, you are not just a one-time wonder in these conferences, that you have been asked to come back over and over and over and over and over again. Now, there are advantages to this as well. The more you go to a conference, the more people know you at the conference, the more they are likely to give you leadership positions in that conference because they know that you are a trustworthy expert. You need to get that timeline in with a conference so that you can build that trust, so that you can climb up the ladder. It is the same as your job. Now, those same people, because they have seen you over the years, when it's time, are more likely to write a letter of recommendation for you as well that you can use as supporting evidence for original contributions of major significance. So instead of muh maar ke aana at 5 conference, make a list of 3 or 4 conferences. You're going to get a break at a conference. I don't want you to abandon that conference after you've given a talk. Go back to that conference. Make friends with the people who you have met at the conference. By the way, meet people at the conference. And then the next year, go back at the conference. And when you go back at the conference, ask them, hey, is there a way for me to do more work for this conference, serve this conference more, maybe lead a session, maybe judge a paper, maybe propose that you want to create a new panel. When you create these things, they could also be stakes in original contributions of major significance. So think in the way a professor thinks. Approach the work of EB1 the way somebody is more likely to be approved approaches. And it's not just a professor thing. This is also a business strategy, that the most successful strategy in a business is having repeat customers instead of trying to get new customers. MRR, ARR, this is where the magic lies even in business. It's repetition. So instead of thinking that, oh my gosh, if I only go back to this one conference, will USCIS officer not think that I am not required in any other conference? That's why I'm asking you to make a core list of 2-3 conferences. But once you get in your foot in the door at one conference, don't leave it. Deepen your relationship with that conference and see how you can get evidences for other criteria from that first involvement in that conference. Get more juice out of the work that you've already done instead of trying to go for another shiny object that honestly does not amount to much. I hope this was helpful.